What's up, my elite kings and queens, my elite kings and queens? What's up, guys? So we're going to get started today. I got a great reading for you guys. It's coming out of the Bible. It's been a while since I've read out of the Bible, so I'm super excited for this reading. I just do my readings, and as they come through, then I know the topic that I'm going to be speaking about, or what we're going to be speaking about, and how we're going to be speaking about it. So this one's very interesting. I think you guys are really going to like this one. It's called The Death of Jesus. It's in Matthew 27:23-45, the death of Jesus. This is very important because this is an example of when we are out here in this 3D illusion and we start to get to the point where the ego is not that it's attacking you, it's just that the ego, your old programming, is trying to bring you back to your old way of living, your old script. That's what I like to call it, the old script. So this is when you're claiming health, wealth, happiness, love, prosperity, abundance, success. You're claiming all these beautiful things, which is what you are. That is your natural state. But you've been saying that you suck for so long, and yet you're sick, that you have no money, that you're poor, that it's hard, there's a struggle. And you've been saying all these things for so many years, over and over and over and over and over and over again. You've been doubting yourself over and over and over again. You've been beating yourself up over and over and over again, speaking negative, having negative conversations, negative self-talk, always gossiping about other people, gossiping about yourself. I mean, literally just complete hate, mad, and defining yourself with the 3D. You've defined yourself with the illusion for so long that when you start to claim positivity, when you start to have the positive self-talk, the positive conversations, you stop gossiping about people. You start doing all the right habits, all the good, purposeful, positive habits that are helping you grow and become a better individual, right? Are aligning you with who you are, which is God, because that is who you are. You are God. So when you start to align with God, what happens is your ego, the flesh, the meat suit, starts to bring you back. It's not that it's getting upset, it's that it's trying to protect you. It thinks that you've always wanted the shit life, the negative talk, the unhealthiness, the brokenness, the poorness, the bad luck. It's literally your ego, your left brain thinks this is what you've always desired because you've asked for it over and over again. This is what you call unconscious prayer. You consistently affirm this is what you've desired. It's not that you really desired it, your right side of the brain. It's just the godness in you. Is that you were asleep. So what happens is when you start to speak positive, live positive, and you start to do these things, positive affirmations every day, you start to get brought back. How? You're saying you're claiming your health. Now you get injured. Then you're sick. Then you go to the hospital. Right? You're not sick. You're not going to the hospital. You're not injured. The ego is, okay? You claim that you're successful. You claim that you're rich, that you're abundant, your business is prospering. And then what happens? They take money from you. Your business goes into shit. The struggle starts to hit. All these negative things start to happen. If you have kids, you're claiming you have all this money. Now maybe the mother of your kids is claiming for more money, right? So, and you guys aren't together, right? There's all these different scenarios that can happen. You're claiming that you're successful and you have all this money, but your boss fires you, correct? You're claiming you have all this money, but something negative happens in your life. You're claiming you have all this health, but something negative happens to your health. You're claiming you have all this success, but something negative happens and opposite of success happens. What is happening right now, my people, is that the ego, the 3D, the old programming, the old script is trying to bring you back. It's trying to protect you. So it's trying to bring you back to your other state that you programmed yourself to unconsciously. You didn't program yourself to it. Well, you did, but you were unconscious of it. The world programmed you. And you strayed away from God. You strayed away from the Spirit. It's always been there. It's always talked to you. That's why you've come to this knowledge. That's why you've came to this wisdom right here. Because it's always there no matter what. Even at your worst. And usually people always tend to change the way they're going to act, change their habits when everything hits the fan. Like when you're literally in the last straw, either dead, you're about to die, you're about to go to jail for a long time, you're about to lose completely everything. Like you're literally homeless already, or you're about to be homeless. And that is when people start to give up, because that is, sorry guys, lost my train of thought. That's when people start to, you've asked for all the, sorry guys, they just brought me food right now. It threw me off a little bit. All right, so sorry about that, guys. So what happens is, I literally the ego doesn't remember where I was at. That threw me off a little bit. So what I was saying, my people, is as you're going through this process, right? You've programmed yourself to crap for so long. You've had negative conversations for so long, my people, and you've spoke down on yourself for so long that it's your programming, my people. You've done it for so many years. You've asked for this negative life for so many years without you even knowing what you were doing, because they've taught you, they taught me that everything was on the outside, that the God was over there, that the devil's over there, that the president's over there, and the politicians are over there. And they've taught you that everything is completely over there and it's their fault and everybody's fault. And never once they teach you that life's a mirror, not a window, and everything's a manifestation of your own mind, and what you're looking at is your own mind. And your words are prayers, and your conversations are prayers, and your self-talk is prayer. And that your words are God speaking. Your self-talk is God speaking. Your prayer is God speaking. They didn't tell you that you are God speaking. They didn't tell you that you are God. And what you ask for, it will be opened unto you. What you seek, you will find. When you knock, the door will be opened unto you. And now we are awake, and now we know this, my people. So what happens is, and I literally didn't even go over the reading yet. It's going to be a long one, my people, but a good one. And what happens is we completely, we got into this programming, and it really threw us off. But now we are positive. We are speaking positive affirmation, visualization, imaginations. We are aligning back. We are waking up. And God's saying, your wish is my command. He is granting us the wish, which is who we are. We are granting ourselves the wish. We are God manifested. So now we are on that alignment, and then what starts to happen? Negative things start to happen. The old program is still trying to bring you back. We've just been so used to it that it was nothing. And now it's happening. And now we're having that battle. Not that it's a battle, but you're having that self-talk where you want to complain, but you're not complaining. And then you do complain, and you're like, why is this still happening? I've been speaking positive. Brother, you need time to do this. And there's no such thing as time. There's no such thing as time. So I'm so sorry for saying that right now. But you need to keep working here, now, in the present moment, over and over again. Belief is man expressed. Once you truly believe what you are saying, the manifestations, the unfolding will appear. But who cares about the manifestation, the unfolding? When you know that you're living that in the kingdom of heaven, which is your subconscious mind, which is your visualization mind, which is your right brain. The net cast of the right side of the brain. If you know that you're already there, if you know that you are God and you already have everything, you should not be looking for validation in the 3D. My daughter asked me last night, I told my daughter before she goes to sleep, I tell my daughter and my son, make sure you do your visualizations. Make sure everything that you desire in the 3D that you are, and I tell them you already have it. You're just wanting to see it in the 3D illusion. You're desiring to see the 3D illusion. She says, Dad, I've been doing it every day and nothing's happening. I said, Mommy, you don't do that. Okay, a lot of you guys do that. It's not, I've been doing it every day and nothing's happening. If you're looking for it, that means you never had it. But you already have it, so you're telling God you don't have it. So you go into your visualization, you see yourself living that life, and it is so, it's done. Stop looking for it in the 3D. If you see it in the 3D, cool, that's just a memory. But stop identifying with the 3D. If you see it in the kingdom of heaven, that's it. You already lived it. I mean, stop trying to look for it out here. If you're looking for it out here, you're looking for it dead. I mean, the 3D is an illusion. You're looking for it in the illusion. You already experienced it in here. What else are you, like, come on, man. You made it. You made it. That's it. You made it. The death of Jesus. From noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over all the land. About 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? When some of those standing there heard this, they said, he's calling Elijah. Immediately, one of them ran and got a sponge. He filled it with wine vinegar, put it on a staff, and offered it to Jesus to drink. The rest said, now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to save him. And when Jesus cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, the rocks split, and the tombs broke open. The bodies of of many holy people who had died were raised to life. They came out of the tombs after Jesus' resurrection and went into the holy city and appeared to many people. When the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, "Surely he was the Son of God." Many women were there watching from a distance. They had followed Jesus from Galilee, care for his needs. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James and Joseph, and the mother of Zebed's son. All right, my people, I'm going to break this down. The death of Jesus. From noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over all the land. About 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" First of all, we're going to start with this times. It's very interesting. From noon until 3, it says 3. In the afternoon, darkness came over all the land. About 3 in the afternoon. So we're talking about 3. I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but 3, 6, and 9 are energy, frequency, and vibration numbers. Okay. If you look up, I already forgot his name. Tesla. Oh man, you guys know who I'm talking about. Tesla. I only remember his name because of Elon. Elon Musk made the brand Tesla, but it's the Tesla individual. Forgot his first name. Something Tesla, and you know who I'm talking about. But he came out with the numbers, or he didn't come out with the numbers. He discovered that 3, 6, and 9 are actually energy vibration. They're spiritual numbers. Energy vibration and energy vibration and frequency. Energy vibration and frequency are 3, 6, 9. Those numbers are not aligned with the 3D. Very interesting. Look it up. Look up the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Go on YouTube on here and look up the magic of 3, 6, and 9. Okay, Tesla, the magic of 3, 6, and 9. Title it however, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's interesting how it mentions 3 a lot. Jesus died at 33, came back after 3 days. Okay, we have 33 vertebrae in our spine. There's very interesting with those numbers. Sorry, my people. Okay. All right, and Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eli, Eli," right? He pretty much says, which means, my God, my God, why have you forsaken me?" That is right there. Jesus is the only time that he almost gave up. This is when it's all been attacking you. When you've been aligned with who you are, which is God, that natural state of prosperity, abundance, health, wealth, happiness, good fortune, good luck, perfection, love, health, wealth, joy, peace, health, abundance, courageousness, all the positivity. You're so aligned. You're affirming this. You're seeing it. You're living in it. But your 3D just keeps attacking. Not that it's attacking you, but we're going to make it look like it's attacking you. It's attacking you. It's attacking you. It's attacking you. The guy at the gas station just flipped you off, right? Someone cut you off and the bills came, and then this and this and this and this. It's not that you're getting attacked. It's that your old programming is trying to bring you back to the 3D, to who you programmed yourself to be, whether it was conscious or unconscious. So, and then you ask yourself, why? Why does this keep happening? That is when Jesus almost gave up. He almost, meaning Jesus knows what you're feeling, bro. Okay? So he said, "Why have you forsaken me?" Like, why have you forgot? Why is this not happening in the 3D illusion? When someone else standing there heard, they said, "He's calling Elijah." Like, oh snap, he's about to give up the 3D. When someone else standing there, that's the emotions, the feelings. The people that are standing there, those are the emotions, the feelings. He's about to give up. He's about to give up, bro. He's about to identify himself with the 3D, and this is about to be done. Immediately one of them ran and got a sponge. He filled it with wine vinegar, put it on the staff, and offered it to Jesus to drink. The rest said, "Now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to save him." The emotions, feelings are like, look. He's about to give up. He's looking for something outside of him to save him. He's looking for something outside of him to save him. He's about to give up. 3D wanting to see if you're about to give up. I had wrote that note here. Okay? And when Jesus cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. That was it, my people. He cried out in a loud voice, and Jesus pretty much said, "It's done. It's done." Ego death, 3D. He almost gave up. But what he gave up was actually the illusion. He gave up himself to the 3D. To the spirit. He gave up himself to the inner kingdom of heaven. He gave up himself to this. He said, no more of this. That's why when I say when you're visualizing, it's already done. Stop trying to look for it in the 3D, bro. The 3D is not what it is. If you're a successful millionaire in the kingdom of heaven, it is done. Stop looking for it in the 3D. Whenever it unfolds in the 3D, and when you truly believe that you're already living here, it will unfold in the 3D, but stop looking for it in the 3D, because if you're looking for it in the 3D, you're a slave to the 3D. You're identifying yourself with the 3D. Identify yourself with the kingdom of heaven, my people. He gave up his spirit. He said, it's done, bro. I'm not going back to this. I'm living in here now. 100% always, bro. It is done. At that moment, the Saturn of at that moment, the curtain of the temple is the body, the physical body, your temples, your temples. The temple is physical. Temple is your body. So once he said, I'm living in consciousness. Jesus cried out again in a loud voice. Okay, at the moment of the curtain, the temple was torn into from top to bottom. The physicality, the earth shook, the 3D shook, the rock split, the matter split, and the tombs broke open. The bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. That means that that means his leadership, others also, their body, the 3D, broke, and they lived in the kingdom of heaven. They came out of the tombs after Jesus' resurrection and went to the holy city and appeared to many people. This is many people losing the 3D, going into the kingdom of heaven, visualization, imagination, living within. When the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and explained, surely he was a son of God. The emotions, the feelings are like, oh crap, he was right. Life is the kingdom of heaven within. We can no longer control him. Many women were there. Women, your subconscious mind, watching from a distance. They had followed Jesus from Galilee to care for his needs. That means your subconscious mind always there. What you've been asking for has been given to you. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Joseph, the mother of Zebed's son. Once again, and Joseph and the mother. Okay, among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Joseph, and the mother of Zebed's son. This is your subconscious mind. This is your right brain. The females in the Bible is your married to your subconscious mind. So right here, so many people that were watching from a distance. That means they were watching your heart. Your heart is your subconscious mind. That is the feminine. Okay, that's what it's describing. So this is very important right here, my people. What we just saw, what we just read, and that's that's it for the reading. But as you can see, the death of Jesus, this is Matthew 27, 23, 45. It's letting us know right now how Jesus almost gave up and he enslaved himself to the 3D, and he did not. He ended up giving up the 3D illusion and gave his spirit to the kingdom of heaven and lived within. And that's when the 3D broke. But you see, he almost gave up, because he was affirming all the positivity. Matter of fact, Jesus lived positive his whole life. The reason why Jesus is known as a perfect man is because he said, I am perfect. I am perfection, because he aligned himself with the spirit. He didn't align himself with the 3D. He didn't identify himself with the 3D. This is why Jesus is the perfect man. And even then, as he was the perfect man, the 3D, the illusion, still tried to bring him back to this programming. Still tried to get him to live the game of the illusion. And he said, no, I am the master of this game. I am self-mastery. Everything that I do is intact because I live within. I live in the kingdom of heaven, my visualization, my imagination, my conversation, my self-talk, my affirmations. I know that I am all that is. I am love. I am perfection. I am all that is. I know this already. There's nothing for me to prove to the 3D illusion. My people, that's the reading for today. I'm truly grateful to be on here with you guys. Almost hit 20 minutes. Man, that was a very passionate video. My wife actually brought me some food while I was doing the video, so right? But hey, guess what? We back real quick. I love you guys so much. Continue on with the positivity of visualizations, your reading, your positive habits, your positive conversations, your self-talk, your words. Remember, when you speak, that is God saying yes, yes, yes. That is God speaking, okay? So your wish is my command. Whatever you say, speak, self-talk, conversation, visualization is you praying. I love you so much. Remember this. You are perfect. Health, wealth, happiness, peace, love, joy, success, abundance, prosperity. That is who you are. That is your natural state. I love you so much. Ya saben. Vamos.